House Joint Resolution 14 really acts as the state's application to Congress to initiate a single issue, single subject discussion to convene a constitutional convention, a single issue, under the provisions of Article 5. Not a radical process. The founding fathers of our republic set up this process. It just hasn't been used. And then the convention would have the sole purpose of that single subject, single issue topic, in this case it being the countermand, which is, to put it in just the simplest terms, is a veto of a federal action. Certainly, we've talked a lot about federal overreach. Some of the Anchorage publications and others don't think that overreach is an issue, and it's really more of an overreaction. But we have a federal government that when they count to 20 or 30, they always skip number 10. And they just have forgotten about the state's role in this great republic of ours. That's clearly established. Again, two amendments to our two provisions of our Constitution that speak to the state's role, and it's a view of many that our balance of power is through over the course of time is shifted greatly. A lot of it happening in this past century, which now seems kind of funny, which is the period up to 2000, and this current century. There's been a continual expansion. And this isn't necessarily a left versus right. I think it's really, again, it goes back to really it's the provision of the states and a balance of power, and the states representing the people of Alaska. The federal government, and they've certainly done some, they have in Alaska, they have an important role, which I wouldn't want to diminish, certainly first and foremost our military presence, part of our economy. But the federal government has also been a very stifling entity who often treat us more like slum landlords than they do stewards, and that's really the overall overreaching purpose of this. I think it's this time of overreach and expansion, and certainly a lot of the national debate right now is going on is what should the power of the federal government and the entities in the federal government have, and that's a continuing discussion. We won't have final verdicts, but I think we'll have movement one way or the other over the course of this next calendar year. And this is this process, what this sets up, in addition to the concurrent resolution we passed yesterday, sets up a very cumbersome, difficult process, as it should be, to amend a great document like the Constitution. But it sets up the process. It has provisions certainly on the single subject, not to have what some fear would be a runaway convention, a wholesale rewriting of the Constitution. That's not a provision of this. It would take, with the steps and the supermajorities required, I think anything would have to be an incredible deliberative process, and the result of such egregious actions, of which a supermajority of the states would have to agree to. I think this sets up a process that entitles the people to have more of a voice and shift that balance of power that is tilted towards a centralized government, and with decisions being made by regulatory agencies and others, as we've debated. So that is the essence of it. I won't say this is a simple process, because it's a very complicated process, but the concept is pretty simple. It's an empowerment of the people in the states. Thank you.